Hello and welcome everyone. So we'll be switching back to C++ to create some more helper functions that are going to assist us with the gameplay ability system, specifically with using tags and modifying our attributes. So for starting, just open up your base character class and navigate to base character header file. So at the end, I've already written some comments about what kind of functions we're going to be creating. So let's start with the first function, Initialize ability multi. Basically, what you see is that in our character, we have to initialize our abilities by calling this function again and again for each different ability. We're going to modify this function so that it takes an array instead of a single class, and going to take a ability level, and that is going to be common for each of the ability. Okay, so let's start by typing. The function is going to be, if you type void, going to be called Initialize ability multi. Okay, it's going to take argument t array. Your template is going to be t subclass of, is going to be u gameplay ability, and it's going to be called abilities rather, to acquire, and it's going to be in 32 ability level. Okay, this is our first function for initialization of the ability. And in some rare cases, you might want to remove abilities from a ability system component or the character. So we can create one function for that as well. So you can void remove ability with tags. We're going to take f game play tag container. It's going to call tag container. I spelled it right, I think. Okay, and next we want to change the ability for some ability that has already been acquired or initialized on the attribute system. You don't need to acquire it again or change it manually, so we can reference the tag for that ability and change the level. So it's going to be void change ability level with tags. It's going to be f game play tag container, and it's going to be called tag container, and it's going to take the new level. Okay, next you might want to cancel some abilities manually. For example, you are entering a cutscene or a sequencer sequence and you want to cancel all the active abilities. We're going to create a function for that as well. So it's going to void cancel abilities with tags. Okay, it's going to be f game play tag gameplay tag gameplay tag. Okay, this one is going to be with tags and game play. What has happened to my typing? Gameplay tag container. It's going to be without tags. Okay, and next we're going to add some functions. If you want to manually apply some sort of gameplay tags, like we discussed about full health tag, that should be applied on the begin play, so that our character knows that we cannot activate our health regen ability because the health is full. So we're going to create a function for that. It's going to be void add lose game play tag, and take argument f game play tag container. It's going to be tag to add. Next, we're going to add a function to remove these loose tags because they cannot be removed by gameplay effects and they have to be removed manually. Into void remove loose gameplay tags, and it's going to be f gameplay tag container tags and to remove. Okay, and next we're going to create a function, and we're going to discuss it in a later video that you need some special functions to apply gameplay effects when using a projectile. You don't use a wait gameplay event. You could use those, but if the ability is cancelled, you cannot apply gameplay effect to the target. So we're going to create a new function that is going to be used with projectiles and going to apply gameplay effect to target. So you can call this apply GE to target data. Okay, and it's going to take arguments const f gameplay effect spec handle this one. It's going to pass by reference and it's going to be GE spec and it's going to be const f gameplay ability target data handle this one, and it's also going to be passed by reference and it's going to be target data. Okay, next we're going to create a few functions that are going to directly modify our attributes. You should not use these functions, but they are meant to be here for special cases like you're loading a save game or you want to initialize the attributes again on spawn and that kind of thing. So you might want to use these functions, they're just there for that, but do not use them to directly modify. Use gameplay effects to modify the attributes. It's going to be void set health values. Okay, it's going to take an argument float new health and float new max health. Okay, similarly we're going to create functions for mana and stamina. It's going to be void set mana values. It's going to be float new mana and float new max mana. Okay, and finally we're going to create one for stamina as well. Set stamina values. It's going to take the same arguments, float new stamina and float new max stamina. Okay, now these need to be exposed to our what's it called, reflection system, so that we can access these functions inside of Blueprint. To create these uFunction macro for this is going to be the same for everyone. So it's going to be Blueprint callable and category will be base character. Okay, so now we can just copy this and paste these for each of our function. Okay, like this. Oops. Okay, so we have declared our function inside of our header file. We're going to start actually implementing these functions in our CPP file. We're going to create an implementation for this. So in this function, what we're going to do is for the subclass of, it's going to be gameplay ability. It's going to be ability item in abilities to acquire. Start the body. Inside we're going to say call the function initialize ability, and it's going to be ability item and ability level. Okay, so our first function is done. Next, we're going to implement this and remove ability with tags. Create an implementation for this. And by the way, I'm using that visual assist plugin to create the implementation. If you don't have that, you can use your just type this out and use this. Okay. For the remove ability, what you're going to do is actually call T array, and this is going to be gameplay ability spec. This one, okay. Your spec is going to be rather a pointer, and it's going to be matching abilities. Declare our variable, and then we're going to say ability system component get activatable abilities. No, it's not that. Get activatable gameplay abilities by all matching tags. It's a long name. It's going to be tag container, and next we're going to pass matching abilities, and we're going to say true. Okay. And what we're going to do is remove these abilities using for loop. It's going to be for gameplay ability spec pointer. It's going to call spec inside of our matching abilities, and we are going to ability system component, and we're going to say clear ability. It's going to be spec dot handle. Okay, so our next function is done, and next we're going to do change ability levels with tag. Okay, for this we're going to take T array, and it's going to be type gameplay ability spec pointer. It's going to be matching ability. Okay, this is a variable, and then we say ability system component get activatable gameplay ability spec by all matching tags, and we're going to pass in our tag container, and we're going to pass in our matching abilities, and we're going to also pass true. Okay, and we're going to use for loop to iterate through abilities and find the ones that have the matching tag gameplay ability spec pointer spec, and inside of matching abilities, and we're going to say spec dot level is equal to new level. Okay, and now we can create our next function, which is cancel abilities with tag. For this is going to be ability system component, and we're going to say cancel abilities. We're going to say pass by reference with tags, and pass by reference without tags. Okay, simple function, and I think it's missing an argument. Null pointer, yes, it should be this one. Okay, so this is done, and next we're going to create our function add loose gameplay tag. And this will allow us to add loose tags to our ability system component. We say get ability system component, and we say add loose gameplay tag. It's going to be tag to add, and we're going to manually say and get ability system component and set tag map count. It's going to be tag, tag to add, and it's going to be 1. Sticking. Oh, it's supposed to be a gameplay tag only. Okay, change this over here and change this over here, and this is also going to be tag. Okay, and yes, error has been removed. I need to create the implementation once again. Okay, just create a new implementation once again, paste it over here. Okay, all those lines are removed. Okay, so just I want to point out that we're going to add only one instance of this tag. You can stack up these tags if you want to by removing this line, but just so that our logic is simple, we're going to add only one instance of any tag we are going to apply to our ability system component this way. Okay, next we're going to implement our remove loose gameplay tags, and it's going to be similar. It's going to be get ability system component and remove loose gameplay tag. It's going to take in tag to remove. That's it. Since we have applied only one tag, so we can remove only one. We need to remove only one instance of this tag, and we don't need to keep track how many stacks of these tags we have applied. So this is why we are keeping it at 1. Now next we're going to create this function apply G to target data. It's going to be for the shared pointer, and it's going to take in essence capital shared, yes, this one, and it's going to f game play ability target data gameplay. Gameplay ability target this one, and it's going to be data. Names are too long, I also forget these sometime. So it's going to target data handle target data dot data. Okay, and we're going to say data dot this one. Let's say apply game play effect spec, and it's going to take in the pointer of ge spec dot data dot get. Okay, this is it for this function, I think. Yes, it is. Now let's create these modifiers for our attributes. It's going to be ability system component. Let's say apply mod to attribute, and it's going to be base attribute set component and get health attribute. And after this, we're going to say e game play mod operation is going to be override, and it's going to be new health. Okay, and we're going to copy this function, and we're going to change this to get max health attribute, and it's going to be new max health. Okay, let's create a similar function for mana and one for stamina. Basically these are going to be simple, just going to replace health with mana and stamina. So this one is going to be get mana attribute, and it's going to be new mana, and this is going to be max mana attribute, and this is going to be new max mana. Okay, similarly for the stamina, copy this mana. Okay, and this one is going to get stamina attribute, stamina attribute, and it's going to be new stamina, and for this is going to be max stamina, and this is going to be new max stamina. Okay, so this is done. Let's try to compile this. Okay, so our compilation is successful, and by the way, if you failed your compilation or your engine crashes, just remember to close your Unreal Engine before you start compilation, and just run this by going to debug and start without debugging. It's going to open up the engine for us. Okay, so our project has opened up, and just to verify that we have indeed our functions available to us, so you can type initialize ability multi, and now you see it takes an array instead of a single class. And next we have remove ability with tag. We have this tag container. Okay, it's working. And next we have change ability level with tag, and this is fine. Okay, and next we have our cancel ability with tag. Okay, it has those with tag and without tags. And next we have add lose gameplay tag. Okay, this one is working fine. Next we have remove lose gameplay tags. Okay, this is done. And next we have apply TE to target data. Okay, this is over here, and then we have our attribute modifier set health values and set mana values. Okay, and our set stamina values. Okay, so our functions are over here. This is getting pretty long video, so we're going to do an explanation with demonstration in the next video. So this is it for this video. Thank you very much.